Welcome to Business Live. My name is Darryl Kwao. There was heated confrontation in Parliament today after the second Deputy Speaker, Joseph, was ruled to reject a motion by the minority side. The minority had moved for a vote to overturn approval of the 2022 budget by the majority. Now, today, the majority voted to overturn, on Tuesday rather, the majority voted to overturn the rejection of the budget by the minority side. Those are shots of the confrontation there in Parliament earlier today. We're expecting the House to reconvene to continue with proceedings, but latest reporting from our parliamentary correspondent, Parker Wilson, is that the second Deputy Speaker has adjourned sitting to tomorrow, and so we'll continue to follow that for you, those events in Parliament surrounding the 2022 budget. We're also expecting a press conference by the Finance Minister. We are told that that has been called off as well. And so we continue to follow those events for you in subsequent days. And of course, we'll report them right here on the JoyNews channel. And so one of the things that we expected the Finance Minister to talk about was the e-levy, the 1.7% charge that has generated some controversy. And more people are speaking out. Now, remittances are likely to drop significantly. The tax on electronic transactions and inward remittances remains in the budget for the 2022 financial year. The tax will also result in high cost of remittance into the country, an impact that will be against the sustainable development goal of financial inclusion. Addressing newly inducted members of the Institute of Chartered Economists at the annual Economists Conference in Accra, Dr. Sam Ankra, who is also an economist, said the e-levy is a bad one and retrogressive.
The nation will require adoption of a firm commitment and a time-bound action, monitored by a central unit to provide an impetus for reform. Mr. Chairman, comparatively, Ghana continues to carry a large number of ministerial portfolios that can easily be halved and still get the job done. Human resources and management systems ought to be strengthened across the civil service by professionalizing public institutions, by introducing performance-based systems of recruitment, promotion by a salary regime is fully operational nationally. It is necessary to encourage and facilitate mobility across institutions, reducing the number of political appointees in central and local administrations and state-owned enterprises, and professionalizing leading positions in state administration bodies and professional services, including the management of majority of state-owned and public companies. Mr. Chairman's orientation in public institutions through the strengthening of monitoring and evaluation and reporting systems, building on an earlier digitization initiative and programs, there are more opportunities to offer some responsive services. Indeed, I will expand more into detail on the new ways by which the public sector can be reformed and provide value for money services and promote growth and stability in the economy.
All right, let's head to the ports now. Redundant cargo at the country's ports are losing their value, a situation that is costing the country millions of cedis. These goods, when auctioned, are expected to earn the nation some money. Sitting at the country's ports are compounding and severely impeding the flow of containers out of the country, as well as congesting the ports. Speaking to Joy Business at an investiture of the 7th Governing Council of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Mr. Luguje urged the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority to review the entire process of administration and auctioning regime of uncleared cargo at the country's ports.
Today, as I'm talking to you, containers have sat in the port for more than a year. Some are even going to 2 years, and then and whilst that is happening, they are occupying space. They are occupying space. The goods themselves are getting bad. The container is locked there when the shipping line needs it, because many of the shipping lines don't own the containers. They lease them, and you lease it at a fee every day you pay. So when that container comes into your country, and it's a certain sign feels that, look, I have a number of containers that have sat in a particular country for years. When the next importer who will tell me I need a 40-foot container with cargo to go to Ghana, I begin to say, look, what are the chances that this particular importer will quickly empty the container when the goods arrive and give back my container to me?
So it's contracting
the risk into the kind of price I'll give to that shipper. So all those things are not helping us. And we feel that whatever challenge there is in terms of cargo auctioning in the port. You know, it should be facilitated such that the cargoes can be auctioned almost every other month, so that the things can get out and free space, release containers for shipping lines to take away, and then also sell the cargoes themselves at the time they are still of value to consumers. Because they say that they get bad, the container is locked, port space is occupied, and then you ask yourself, where's the benefit?
The sworn-in National President of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Mark Amwama, urged members of the institute to take advantage of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area by competing beyond the local trade sector.
We've actually taken advantage of knowledge integration. We've taken advantage of trying to share best practices, analyze that activity of AFTA. Now, we have used our members across in the African region, because this is an international organization, and we benefit a lot. Our members are here to benefit, to take advantage. At a point, we say that it can only see the reality of it if and provided within of the system, by trying to compete among ourselves and competing outside. That is trade, goods and services. If you can be able to look at it in a way that we can actually plan our operations to be able to get through with activities, will be hooked to the program but will not get the gains. You need to strategize and look at within and outside. How best are you competing with? What do you need to do to be able to take advantage of these programs?
And you're watching Business Live. Still to come, the Joy Business van is at Adrigano here in Accra. At its base, 11:15. Don't go anywhere. Well, welcome back to Business Live. Harrison Mati likes to do business and has tried his hands at virtually everything, but it is his quest to start a restaurant that is working for him. He's now aiming to start a chain of restaurants. On today's Business Van, we are headed for 11:15, which is becoming the place to hang out.
To you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and MTN, everywhere you go.
Hey, welcome to this episode of the Joy Business Van. It's 11:15, not the time, but where we are at today. And I'm excited about it because it's the first time we are shooting a restaurant. Yes, it is. Come along, let me show you where we are headed.
Hi there. Welcome.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is our lounge.
Cool.
We have it. We have two other private spaces.
Wow.
There's a Vvip Lounge. All my life, I've tried very much to start something on my own, and I believe that in solving problems, we get to make money. So that's where I think I find myself. If there's anything that drives me, there's a hope that you can solve a problem and make some money out of it.
If you're looking for someone who is very entrepreneurial, then it's got to be Harrison Mati.
I've been into bicycle rental. I've been a shoemaker before. I've been a farmer. I've tried fashion a bit. And I've tried a few things. I've tried a few projects here and there in fisheries and then in solar. And I can say I've failed in a few, or in a lot. And I've learned a lot of lessons from them as well.
It was what he learned from his mom's chop bar that would make him interested in starting a restaurant.
And I was the youngest boy, so I was usually the person around, helping with cooking and anything that she needed an assistant with. So I picked up a few of the tricks from her. Then when I went to university, I cooked a lot, so I figured out that, oh, okay, I had picked a lot of the traits from my mom, so I could be a good cook. I tried monetizing that on campus, but it didn't work. Then, fast forward, I graduated from school, looking for a job, nothing was coming up, and I said, okay, why not start a food joint and then see what I could do.
A determined Harrison opened his first 11:15 restaurant in 2019 at Lakeside, a suburb of Accra. It was a bit of a struggle at the beginning.
It was heartbreaking when we opened a second day and there was no single sale. Yeah, it was just me buying food. So that was pay salaries from out of pocket. I mean, we were not making enough to pay people, but we still had to run. And I also hadn't understood the business the way I do now.
With time, Harrison got a grasp of it and was able to make enough to open another branch of 1115 at Adwigano. Consistency in the kitchen is very important for Harrison. Once in a while, he steps in there.
This is our signature dish. This is called a jungle rice. It's called jungle rice because it's more like you are in a jungle. Whatever protein, snail, there's mushroom, there's sausage, there's goat, there's chicken. Whatever protein is available, there's beef. Whatever protein you have available, you add to this. Our side is we do local dishes from Banku, Fufu, Omutio, Ampesi. We have local dishes on our menu. Continental, we have the fried rice, all the rice dishes that you can think of. But I'll recommend that anytime you come in, you try out.
Or hold exclusive celebratory events with fun games and activities like painting and some good music. Harrison shows me 1115's exclusive lounges.
So this is our lounge, sales, and there's a lot of fun in here compared to what you have outside. So outside is calmer, but here you usually will be in a party mood if you come in here.
Yeah, so I guess usually during the weekends this place is
that's
very busy.
Yeah, that's what we are hoping for. Because
and then
there's a VIP lounge. There's actually a Vvip Lounge.
Okay.
So this is for like VVIP. Yeah,
very bright.
Yes, all white.
The COVID-19 pandemic has been the greatest.
We moved from sit-ins to deliveries. So currently we do 70% delivery at Lakeside. That also takes a lot of, eases the pressure on the branch. And then I would also say that it was also because of COVID that we were able to get this particular space, because as at the time we were packing out for the branch, we had to shut down after a week. We didn't even have all the money to pay when we walked in. And I'm sure that if it wasn't for COVID, with the kind of people who are here, it would have been easy for someone to just pay up that money once and then taking it. So there's been that good side.
Harrison has got great hopes for the future.
There are potentials in Kumasi. I wouldn't be surprised if I find myself in Kumasi in the next 2 years. We'll probably do a few more branches in Accra. We haven't started yet. That was something that we are looking at. Even with COVID, we can still do. And for the business as a whole, we are hoping to expand to East Africa.
And if you're wondering what 1115 signifies, well, it's a question you could ask Harrison when by chance you meet him up at the restaurant. The Joy Business Van was brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and MTN everywhere you go.
You're still watching Business Live. Farmers across the country are celebrated annually on the first Friday of December, and for the past 5 years, it has been extended to a 5-day event. Now, this year's edition is being held in the Central Region. That's where we are tonight. Our colleague Emma Davis joins us from Cape Coast, where the event will be held. Emma?
So today is day 3, and as you can see, things are wrapping up. Currently, the regional ministers are touring the stalls, and for day 2 and day 3 of the Farmers Day and exhibition, they did a regional focus where cultural display from all the regions were being done, and then the regional ministers gave a speech. Currently, I'm going to speak to Broad Spectrum Limited. It's a tech company in the agricultural space. Hello, sir. Please tell us a little about Broad Spectrum.
So Broad Spectrum Limited is a full ICT company, fully Ghanaian owned, and we have 5 subsidiaries. One is our terrestrial business, which is jointly owned by the Ghana government through the GIF Investment Fund, and we have our submarine business, we have our infrastructure business, and we have our payments business.
Okay, so how would you describe the exhibition so far? This is day 3, and how would you say it has been?
It's been awesome and insightful. I've seen different tubers of crops I've never seen before here, and different types of fishes that we can actually have in Ghana and set them up as a business for the young people looking for jobs. So it's been very insightful and a lot of lessons to be learned.
Okay, as a tech company, what would you suggest in this agricultural space?
You know, 2017, the world saw first agri-tech being demonstrated, where crops were planted, no human beings went to the field, there was no human intervention, and it was successful. So agri-tech has come to stay with us. And we are here because this year we are on a partnership with the Ghana government to register all farmers across Ghana. We started in October, and we've done the 5 regions of northern Ghana. From January, we're moving to the southern belt of Ghana to register as many as 5 million farmers across Ghana to avail that platform for the use by the government to do the subsidy programs that they do throughout the years. And this is based on biometrics of the farmer. So this is a very secured approach to do subsidy programs. We link the farmer to their biometrics, to their farm, and to actually their residential address. So we can trace you to where you live, we trace you to your farm, the type of crops you have, we measure the size of your farm, and actually capture your biometrics to verify you when you come for any subsidy program.
Okay. Thank you. Daryl, it will interest you to know that not just agricultural products or services are being exhibited here, but products in the fashion industry are also being exhibited here, though I must emphasize that they are strictly Ghanaian-made products. My name is Emma Davis, reporting for Joy Business.
And Emma will be in Cape Coast for us all week with live updates. Thank you very much indeed. That's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name is Daryl Kwao. There's more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. You can find the day's latest stories from over there. Thanks for watching, everyone. We are back same time tomorrow.